Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're here for a double feature, week 3 and 4. Last week, we lost. We lost to, what do you call it? We lost to Polo. Because of actually my own doing. I choked that game because I am awful. Let's actually put the music on. But basic, don't look at that. Don't worry about that. Anyway, basically, last week, oh my lord. Last week we battled Hedge. I don't know how to pronounce the name. I'm gonna say Heg because I think it sounds like more correct. Now, there's a couple problems heading into this week, or last week actually. This last 2 weeks have been like jaw-dropping crazy last 2 weeks. So last week, the ninth, right? That is last week, right? Let's pull it up right here in the calculator. I don't know if you guys can see it, but yeah, last week the ninth. I didn't know this, but that's when the spring semester starts, right? So I enrolled for college, thinking I applied for the fall semester, because I was gonna take a semester off and work some more and get some more money. But I in fact actually applied for the spring semester, right? So they've been calling me up, doing things, be like, yo, sign up for this, do that. Give me your information. And so I give them my information, like, all right, dude, this is like pretty advanced. You're doing all this for fall, and then I get an email on the ninth, which I'm working. I'm literally at work, and it's like, oh, intend spring orientation. I'm like, ha, that's funny, spring orientation. But then I start getting worried. I'm like, what if I accidentally applied for the spring one that starts on the ninth and not the fall one that starts in the fall? And so I start getting a little worried, as you would. And I go ahead and make some calls, call up my guys. I'm at work, right? So I'm actually like having other people call up people. And come to find out, I am in fact wrong, and I did sign up for the spring semester, meaning that school does in fact start for me on the ninth. So I'm at work, right? And I told my boss, yo, boss, I gotta go to this orientation like immediately. And so he's like, all right, go ahead. And so I go to the orientation, and the next day, boom, I'm doing college assignments. I'm already getting assigned things. And so basically, I didn't start college. College started me. So that happened on the ninth, right? And I was like, actually, no, I lied to you. That happened on Friday the 6th, and then the ninth, and then the 7th I had orientation, 8th I had a meeting, ninth I had another meeting, and then the 10th I got to pick my classes. And then that I picked my classes, and I had to start. Oh, no, don't read that. Don't look at that. I picked my. This is like not relevant to the game, but it's funny. It is a funny story. So you're gonna sit down and we're gonna enjoy it together. So I picked my classes, and boom, 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 I started doing them, and then I realized I have a 28-hour work week, and 40 hours is max. So I'm like not part time. I'm exactly like a little over part time, right? So 28 hours plus the school, plus, if you didn't know, I'm pushing out a book, and let me tell you something. Pushing out a book has got to be top 10 most deceitfully hardest things in the world. There's so much stuff that goes on that I didn't think about that I have to do now. Like, I had a cover made, but the cover's the wrong size, so I have to get that re-edited, and that's taking forever. And then I have to. There's just so much stuff going on. I can't even explain it. And then we had a photo shoot that took 400 hours, and then a video shoot that took another million hours on top of that during that week. So these last 2 weeks with college, school, well, I said college and school at the same time. College, writing, the book stuff, the social media stuff, the video shoot, all of that. Basically, they left me with, oh, not to mention, February 2nd is a powerlifting meet that I'm competing in on another island. So I've been prepping for that like crazy. That takes like 2-3 hours of my day in the gym. So basically, the time has not been there. But last week we played against Heg, and so I was like, the day of, I threw together the greatest team ever. I don't have his team, but this is the team I brought. So basically, I'm gonna keep referencing all those things because I like to make excuses for when I don't perform well, because I truly am quite bad at the game. And so you guys are gonna have to hear it. But yeah, it was a busy week. I'm not too upset at these. I'm upset at this loss. I'm not upset at what happened in the fourth game, because the fourth game was kind of unavoidable for me. I was just way too busy to put the proper time in. And not only that, I think winning week one was a misplay. I should have lost week one. If I lost week one, I would have respected the Ubers more, because I beat Mariodon, and everyone's like, Mariodon's the greatest Pokemon of all time. And so since I beat that one, I was like, this tier is not that hard. And then I started losing, and you'll see what I mean. So basically, this is the team we brought. This is our last team before our last week before the trades went in, And so it was kind of tough. I really hated McMuffin. Like, I wasn't too excited. This set was meant to win. He has a Dolphin, right? The play was sub on the Dolphin, bulk on the Dolphin, bulk again on the Dolphin, and then you get weak armor boosted on the Earthquake Sugarberry. You're at +2, and then you go to the moon, and then Bitterblade will kill, bring you back to full, and then your +2 attack, potentially +3 attack, +3 defense, and then you're at +2 speed, and then you're just cooking up the entire team. This McGinn is also page to set up and win in the late game. After either both of these can win. Jungle Toes here, Scarf. Very simple set. Power Gem is for Volcarona. And so yeah, easy, very simple team. It wasn't that complicated. I built it like not that long before. Actually, I built it the day before, and then I didn't have time to fix it. So he pushed back the game like twice. And every time I get the game pushed back, whenever we schedule a time and the game needs to get pushed back, whether it's the opponent or me, I always lose. I don't think I've ever won a game where the opponent pushes back the time. I literally don't think I ever have. Anyway, so this is what we're looking at. He has these are the 6 I thought he was gonna bring, except this guy. So on the prep doc, when you type in Decidueye like Hisui or whatever, it comes up as normal Decidueye, and it has like the normal type stats and everything. And so I was prepping the whole week thinking this was normal Decidueye, and I prepped for normal Decidueye, but not this thing. So I see this and I'm like, oh, that's not good. That's pretty bad, because I don't know what that does. But I was like, whatever, we ball regardless. I'm worried about the Chinpow and the Mega Dansey and the Palkia Horse form. So those two are kind of annoying. But at the end of the day, assuming that Magearna can still sit up, we're still like really primed, right? After Volcarona goes away, Magearna is like cooking. So the lead goes ahead to happen. I go ahead and lead Meowscarada on the Dansey, which is what I predicted. I'm literally soft. I have, what do you call, dude? I have Power Gem for this exact lead, and I click Flower Trick anyway, because I thought I don't know what I thought, but I'm an idiot for that one. I send in my Cerulege back on this, which means I'm in a bad position. I have to go into Blissey. He Diamond Storm, and he gets to +2, which means that Body Press will kill me, and it does kill me, because of course it does. So that sucks, but I bring in Magearna, force it out. I believe I just Calm Mind here for no reason, because I can't really stay, and I should have doubled in the Cerulege. Cerulege comes in here and forces out the Volcarona. This guy comes in here and I sub up and I start licking my lips, right? Because we're about to bulk up, you know, Bitter Blade ourselves back to full and win the game. So I bulk up here and I think he sets up rocks. No, he roars. And I was like, there's no way he just roared and ruined my entire set. And now I'm at 0% health. So Volcarona comes out again, the same interaction, except this time I'm not soft and I do click the rock move, which would have been like amazing at the beginning. And then this guy comes out, and I'm like, ooh, that's not good for us, bro. That's just not good for us. I don't know what this does, right? And I should have looked at its moveset, but it's called Hootmonlee, and I was like, it's not called Hootmonlee, is it? But it's the Decidueye Hisui, or Dekidui Hisui, whatever you want to. Ooh, I like that name. Anyway, I bring in this guy, and he U-turns out. I'm like, okay, that's cool. The answer comes in, and CC can't kill it. I go into Kagura. He brings out the Dawn Fan. I go back into Sailage because I'm just sacking this guy. Or I thought he was going to put up rocks or something. I'm not sure what I was doing, but I should have gone that guy, I guess. But yeah, I have to sack off the Sailage. Now we're 4th, 6th. But it's fine because as long as Volcarona goes down and Magearna stays healthy, we're alright. Iron Defense here, and he roars me out because I literally forgot he had Roar. I can't lie to you. I was playing the game too fast. Close Combat comes in here, and I got to get rid of this guy. Not sure why I have to get rid of this guy, but honestly, I don't really have anything to switch in here. Meowscarada can come in, which I do bring in here on the Volcarona switch, which is fine. I can go ahead and Power Trick, or Power Gem, and get rid of the Volcarona, which is what I need now. Now it's Magearna's in a good spot. Hootmonlee comes in here. I bring Zapdos Galar, and then he Brave Birds. And I was like, that makes sense. I should have checked the move pool. I didn't think he'd have Brave Bird because he's not a flying type, but I'm stupid. You turn out the guy, and I need to bring in the. Oh, no, I have to bring in Guava. That's right. So I think I just Flower Trick here. I EV wrong because I prepped in 2 minutes, and I'm actually slower. So if he Moonblasted, I would have died and lost. But I'm an idiot for that. But we go ahead and get away with it. This guy comes in, and I get triple arrows. My defense falls, and I flinch. And so I'm thinking, what an evil move. What a wicked move right here. Triple arrows, you get defense dropped and flinched. That's some devious stuff. Because I have play rough. Oh, no, I don't have play rough. But I was going to U-turn out, I think. So then he comes in and he reveals that he's scarfed, and I was like, that's so annoying. I bring in my Magirna, and right here I'm like primed to win the game. So here's the plan. I'm pretty sure that if I calm mind, I win, and I'm confident about that because I'm pretty sure this is special. This Diancie is this Palkia is special, just the way the prep looked. He might be special with like Earthquake or something, but even that is like kind of risky. So he triple arrows. I get the defense drop. So I call him. I was like, all right. So he only defense drops now, and I was like, so he says in the chat here. Oh wait, that's actually 30% chance. So I figured there's 30% chance to drop and whatever, and flinch, right? So I calm mind. I'm getting ready to Iron Defense, or I mean, Draining Kiss right there, and then I flinch, right? And I was like, no shot, bro. There's no way. And come to find out, this move is 30% chance to flinch, heightened crit chance, and a 30% defense and a 50% defense drop with 90 base power. Dude, Satan was in his bag when he made this move. He was like, I know exactly what happened. Satan and all his guys, they were out talking. They were like, oh, we're having a hard time getting this guy. And so they invented this move in this exact situation. If I didn't get flinched here and I kiss, I go back to like right here. I did all the math because I was very petty. I eat Shanpao, even banded Shanpao. I eat that guy. I eat Palkia. I go back to full. If I Draining Kiss here, I go back to like right here and I'm at +2, which means Donphan can't live. And I would have just swept with Mugi right there. And so that was very disappointing. We're going to lose this game 4-0. And so that was an annoying loss to take just because I could have won. Even though I didn't really deserve it, I could have won. But this move, triple air, if you guys see this guy in your prep doc, this is the Uber. Forget about this guy or that guy. This is the Uber. This is the problem because he has this evil move. It's, dude, unreal. Actually demonic. Next is this game, and the busyness has not stopped. I actually took more hours than I was intending to. Because I'm stupid. And so, like, most of my week was spent school, book stuff, or work. And I can't lie. It was like, oh no, and gym. That I think I slept. You gotta understand something. Like, I wake up at 4:30 to go to the gym before work, right? And so, like, the busyness starts at 4:30. That's when I get to work. And I don't get home some days until 10. And so, by the time I get home, there's not enough time for me to do anything other than, like, eat and go to sleep. And so prep time, we lost it. Especially because sometimes I had to come home and do some school because I was now in college on accident, right? So we have this battle, which I prepped for 30 minutes ago. And I'm going to just let you look at the teams real quick. And I looked at the matchup a while ago, and I didn't respect it too much because I knew this was the Uber. Well, and this guy, but I played against this guy. This guy's, like, legal sometimes. But I knew this was the Uber. And I was like, it's slow. It's 4 times weak to Ghost. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. I'm not worried about it. But then, come to find out, it has an ability called Shadow Shield, which makes you the greatest Pokemon ever. And it makes you invincible to everything. I think what I'm going to do is prep in advance, now that I have the schedule a bit more ironed out. And I'm going to literally send my team in the matchup to other people who know this tier. And then can tell me that I'm like going to do something super dumb. Because if they saw what I've had prepped, which we're gonna go over right here, it would have been a wrap. It would have been an L for us. Which is why I'm not too upset about losing this week because I literally did last minute prep. Like he pushed back the game yesterday, but if he didn't push it back, I can't lie, I was gonna have to push it back because I just wasn't home. I just didn't have time. And so this is the team we brought here. And I threw this together. I did basic calcs. I did CC enough to kill the guy, Urshifu, Crunch. Because this is what freaked me out. I saw the crunch calc against the 4 times weak to Dark guy, and I was like, the math is not working out. And then Shadow Shield, I found out, makes you the greatest Pokemon ever. And so that was kind of scary. Metal Burst, you're going to see why I'm stupid. I saw returns 1.5 damage, and I threw that on because I didn't know what the 4th move should be. But I have Zamazenta here. We have enough speed to outspeed, I think, the Raikou. Iron Moth here is really good, actually. Iron Moth does a lot to pretty much everything. It just loses to all the priority. And apparently Shadow Shield, which I realized after I finished prepping almost. So I was like, in my head I was like, whatever, we'll figure it out when we get there. Meowscarada is Protective Pads with Flower Trick Knockoff, Play Rough U-Turn. Magearna is supposed to be Choice Scarf. I literally have it EV that at +1 I will outspeed Raikou. Um, but I accidentally have leftovers on it, which you'll see comes into play later and really sucks because I would have used it. It would have been super useful. Um, Sableye, Foul Play, Recover, Will-O-Wisp, Encore. Mixed. It's supposed to help a little bit with the Lunala, but I remember I like speed prepping around Lunala, and then I have this guy with it just rocks, Volt Switch, Ice Spinner, Stealth Rock, and so these are the guys I roll up into the game with, and then I go ahead and we lead matchup here. So we had to play on the normal one, which meant I originally had it as a Mega in like the other tier, but then we had to go to custom game, and so I really quickly edited my Sableye to have I like did the thing where when you go into import, it just had Sableye Mega. I just took away the Mega and clicked enter and saved it. But what I found out that does is it doesn't let you keep Prankster. And so what I was gonna do in this turn, if this was the lead, is I was gonna keep my Prankster and then click Will-O-Wisp right away and then burn this guy right off the bat. But then I saw that I actually didn't have that. I had Magic Bounce on my base Sableye, and so I had to Mega, which meant this first turn I'm already in a bad spot. If I wasn't that way, I would have literally just gone ahead and burned this guy turn 1 and been the greatest player ever. But instead, I looked like a stupid idiot and I go use Tapu Fini on my Will-O-Wisp. So that was really annoying. I bring in Magearna here on the Calm Mind, realize I'm not Choice Scarfed, and to start crying. I literally say right here I have the wrong item because I'm stupid. That was a pretty good turn though. We both switch out in a Meowscarada, and then I go ahead and Flower Trick. He reveals Rindo Berry, which is annoying. But then he goes ahead and crits me with a Draining Kiss. If he didn't crit me there, he wouldn't have recovered enough HP to live a second one, but he does live a second one now. But I was just going to go ahead and sack off Meowscarada. But he brings in the Scizor here. I go Zamazenta on the U-turn because I realized I didn't bring my Rotom after I prepped, and I don't have anything to really switch into that. Tangela comes in here, and I go into his Sableye. He Toxics himself, which is fine for him, I guess, because it's literally 1 pointer being Toxic that can regenerate. He goes into Fini here, and I believe I double into Iron Moth. Yeah, I double into Iron Moth here, and then I predict the Garchomp and Dazzling Gleam. And now I thought this Garchomp might be Choice Scarfed, and if it was Choice Scarfed and I lost my Iron Moth, I would have lost the game, because as you can see, nothing else can take on SD Scizor. And so Iron Moth, I can't lose it. I can't afford to lose it if it is Scarf. So I just go Sableye, which I throw away on accident. I should have gone Zamazenta, so I can keep Sableye. But I bring in Meowscarada, pick up the kill here. And yeah. So Scizor comes in here. I gotta get out of here. I go back to Zamazenta as he U-turns and bring in his Tapu Fini. I mean the Lunala. If I knew... I'm really stupid here. If I knew this was Choice Specs, I would have stayed in and crunched it twice and made the game a lot easier for myself. But I go ahead and go Magearna, thinking I'm Choice Scarfed again because I forgot that I wasn't. And so I was going to go ahead and Shadow Ball this after I saw it was Specs, but I don't have it because I'm stupid. Actually, I would have just Volt Switched, I think. So I force it out with a knockoff here. But Scizor comes back in, which makes me, I have to go into Iron Shreds here as he knocks off my, I think it's my Chople Berry. I put up Rocks because I know this isn't Boots and that I can at least break the Shadow Shield, but in fact he has Defog after I Volt Switch out into Zamazenta. I should have Volt Switch out into Iron Moth, but I didn't. So Zamazenta comes in here. I Fire Fang on, I believe, the Tangela, which doesn't really matter because Tangela is bigger and fatter than everyone else in the game. And I'm worried about Toxic or whatever, so I just go into Iron Moth, lose my Expert Belt, which I don't need anymore, so it's not a big loss for me. Scizor comes in here, and I Fire Dance, which means I take the Scizor. But now we're in a position where I don't have enough stacks. I can't beat him in the stack game at all, and so it's kind of already a lost cause because I couldn't break this because I didn't have my Scarf on my Magearna, which really sucked. Because if I broke that, I think I might have had a chance, but I didn't. Like if I stayed in and crunched, or I broke it with Shadow Ball, I believe that +1, or not +1, but Iron Moth would have killed it. And also, if I turn on Burn the Urshifu, that would have made my life 10 times easier in the end game. Because now I have to play around no Sucker Punch, and I actually calced it, and I thought it was banded the whole time. So, kind of an L take by me. I go ahead and Metal Burst, because I saw 2.5 damage, and didn't realize you had to be slower than your opponent. And so now I don't know what to do. It's either he Draining Kisses my Meowscarada and I lose, or he Draining Kisses my Iron Moth and I lose. So I go ahead and drop his defense. He Calm Minds here as I go into Meowscarada. Very lucky play by me. It doesn't really matter because the game is lost. I should have U-turned, but it doesn't matter. Like as I said, and Iron Moth picks up another one. So Iron Moth picking up 3. Oh, actually no, he picked up 2 only. But yeah, that is gonna be the end. Wicked Blow just gonna go ahead and clean me off. Actually, I lied. Feeney's gonna come in here and clean me off. But yeah, tough game. If I spent a little longer thinking, it might have gone differently and not being an idiot. But yeah, that is all I have time for today. I actually have somewhere to go soon. But yeah, that is it. That's all I got time for. Goodbye. God bless and have a great day.